This video will explore the path to true equity, focusing on moving from conditional inclusion to genuine community thriving. Equity is not given, it is shaped together. We must transition from hoarding power, where a dominant group controls resources in terms of inclusion, to sharing power. The community thriving spectrum ranges from exclusion to thriving. It progresses through tolerance, compliance, and responsive stages before reaching shared power and mutual trust. We can examine the dimensions of transformation across this spectrum, looking at access and policy, voice and decisions, climate and belonging, and accountability. The invisible anchor keeping organizations stuck is dominant control. Even as visible equity efforts evolve, the dominant group retains authority over how, when, and why equity is pursued. Control manifests in the early stages. Exclusion is overt and unquestioned. Tolerance is passive and conditional. Compliance is legalistic and superficial, consulting marginalized voices without empowering them. Stage 4, the responsive stage, can create the illusion of power sharing. While the system makes space at the table, control is reluctantly shared, not relinquished. The dominant group still dictates the scope and final decisions. The trap of false progressiveness involves performativity that protects comfort and power instead of genuine systemic change. We must look beyond the optics to the reality of actions. False progressiveness takes two forms. Stage 3 is progress as performance, driven by risk or public image. Stage 4 is progress as management, where change is transactional and bound by dominant comfort. Warning signs you are in the trap include the comfort metric, where equity work feels safe to those in power, and the disruption block, where leadership resists structural change. The breakthrough to thriving occurs when the dominant group entirely lets go of unilateral control. Power is fully redistributed and co-designed, transforming the level of influence. Thriving in practice involves 4 key areas: learning and growth, community engagement, policy and practice, and resource allocation. These are all embedded, collaborative, and co-designed with impacted communities. To move beyond false progressiveness, we must follow 4 steps: transfer power, redesign systems, prioritize truth, and do the real work. This means shifting decision-making and rebuilding foundational systems. Transactional inclusion focuses on bringing individuals into an unchanged system, measured by compliance and optics. Transformational inclusion, in contrast, changes the power structure and is measured by shared ownership and systemic justice. Equity is not a policy to be managed, it is a shared reality to be co-created. True community thriving begins when we stop making space at a broken table and start building a new one together.